time-lapse video. But redrawing it, oh yeah, it took me about an hour and a half, and I was stressing on it, trying to get it all done, because I just came back from vacation, and I was over in Hawaii for about 6 days. So coming back and just getting right on a drawing and having to draw this intense drawing up, there's a couple of flaws inside of it, which could be an issue, so I'm going to make sure that they understand it's an illustration, it's not part of the legal contract. I just want to go up there and be able to hand it to them and give it to them, and I'll give them the old drawing too, so they can see the difference of what this raised spa is going to be like. And then they have a lot of things they can still do to it. I just put flagstone on the cap there. That was just to be able to get a 7-inch step into the spa, and we're putting a 7-inch step into the Acapulco bench, which normally it's not. It's going to be 9 plus 3, that's 12 plus 4, so that would be 17 inches, which that is kind of a deep step, to get down in there. And I'm running into a lot of older people. This is the second one I'm doing that's going to have a 7-inch step on the first one, so we end up throwing in another step, and then they're putting flagstone on, which is about half the height of concrete. Concrete is normally 4 inches thick. Flagstone is usually 2 inches thick. Depends on what flagstone they get. So I went ahead and redrew the whole thing and got it all together, so that I just called him and told him, and he remembered the appointment, so that's good. Talked to the job superintendent. I sent him a picture so that everybody's on the same page. I sent him the illustration that I came up with. And the whole idea behind it is just to make the job go smoother, because the more you can make it closer to what it's actually going to be, then it's not going to have as many surprises. So I'll go up there and spend a little time with him. Not very much, probably 30 minutes. But we get talking sometimes, so 30 minutes to an hour. And then he'll have this illustration to show his wife. But I'm going to point out the flaws in it right away, so that way they don't sit there and try to. It's like that little cartoon thing, where's Wally at? Because sometimes they'll look at the original illustration, which is drawn way before they signed up. They look at this one here, they start to see little things which are probably errors that I made, in trying to get it exactly right. So when you hand draw these things like that, there's always a certain amount of concrete, that are lines on the pools that just don't line up, especially on a rectangular pool. So I'll let them know about that. The other things I have on the horizon is, while I was on vacation, I had one of my customers, and she's not bad. We had a really good conversation, and I designed the pool for her, in one sitting, but her partner wasn't there, so we were going to have to try to set up an appointment when her partner was there for the pricing part of it. And then while I was on vacation, she was calling me, and I don't like to tell people I'm on vacation. I might have told her, but then she wanted to change the appointment from a Wednesday to today, this morning. And there's no way I could have done it, because I came in on my vacation at 11:45 into Sacramento at night, and then I only got about 7 hours sleep, which I always shoot for 8. And then to try to get up and get her drawing done and get this drawing done, something would not have worked. So I gave her options after her appointment, but not to move it forward. So it was smart that I did that, because as I offered to meet with her on Thursday or Friday, then she was pretty much, well, I had this thing come up, but I think I can just, another meeting, I guess, she can just reschedule that one so we can stay on our original meeting. And what will happen is I go to my wife's work on Wednesday morning. I take her early in the morning. We get there about 6 o'clock. And then I'll be able to work on it. And a couple of other drawings that I have, I'll be able to work on those, and then meet with her and have it all priced out, everything all, perfect. Right now I don't have anything perfect, so it's going to take a bit of time to get it together. I also have another guy who had called, texted me while I was on vacation, and seems to be a kind of a nervous guy. He's a police officer, but he seems to be nervous about the pricing and everything, so he wanted to add a spa at the last minute, and his backyard's not super big, so I just erased the crayon drawing that I had, and I just penciled one in pretty quick, and then I kind of gave him a general pricing on it, and now he wants to have it to be exact. So it's not going to be that much difference, but he's a police officer, so maybe that's why he just really wants it to be exactly right. These are estimates at the beginning, so but it's not a problem. I couldn't meet with him when he wanted to meet. I told him I was out of state, and so I'm going to, I already sent him a text saying that I'd like to get together and I can redraw that plan for him and get the exact measurements, so I can give him the exact details on it, and hopefully he'll call me back. Sometimes they go with somebody else. They're just like, oh, I can't meet with me, well, I'll just go with somebody else. I mean, I don't know. This is the way the business is, but I'm too old to like be jerked around really quickly, or I got it. Like when I set up an appointment, like if I'm going to call a couple of people today to set up an appointment, I'm not setting it up today. Even though I have time later, you don't want to start setting it up like at their demand, because once it starts like that, it never stops. They usually finish it, the bid by saying, well, I'll probably be one of the easiest people you've ever had, and that usually means they're going to be the toughest person. And some people are just so discombobulated in terms of coming up with or understanding how this bid process works. I've actually told a couple of people we're not going to bid it. I talked to the owner, and the owner said, we're not bidding on this one. It's just not what we do, and so I've had to do that a couple of times. And it's always sad to lose a bid, but I remember one I had to tell them, I think in December, they wanted to put floor tile on the deck, the same type of wood floor tile they had going inside the house. We don't do that. Like, how are you going to finish the edge of the pool? I didn't really want to get into all these. I did explain to them, some of the stuff when I was there, and I did come up with a design, but I don't even need to call the owner, because I can tell them already he's not going to do that. I mean, I've been working with the company for, I think I'm going on my 29th year, so I just kind of know, I know what they're going to say, something is too weird. And then I've had some people, that I've caught them in a lie. And I mean, sometimes I guess the problem is salesmen lying, or mostly miscommunicating. But if they catch you in a lie, then they don't want to do business with you. And it's weird, but I mean, if I catch them in a lie or a bunch of lies, or they just can't remember what I told them. Like I had the one lady that had the brain injury, and I mean, I could not, there's no way we could have built that pool for her, because she just couldn't remember anything. And she wanted all these specific information on the numbers. It would have taken me hours to get through it. Plus the owner's not going to let me do that. We don't do that. It's a trade secret. So I had to tell her, we're not going to be able to do the pool for you. So I did end up getting another lead, and this one is in Rancho Cordova. And the first thing that she's saying in the lead is she wants to send me emails on what she wants the pool to look like. Well, I generally don't, look at emails. I mean, just keep the plan there, or keep your drawing there, and when I come out, I can take a look at it because I hand draw in front of you. So I'll need to call her, and if she wants to send it to me, that's fine, but I'm really not going to be able to look at it until I actually get to her place, because sometimes people don't even follow through with the first appointment. So I mean, we don't do estimates based on people's drawings or other pool companies' drawings. I have to go out there and measure it, because later down the road, if there's a problem, and I go, well, look, this guy mismeasured the backyard by 10 feet. You know, they're not going to let me add 10 by 60, so that's 600 square feet of extra concrete because you gave me a plan that was mismeasured. Now, if I mismeasure a plan, the company will actually, when I go to sign it, the company will actually take care of it. But I mean, if I can't measure and my estimates are that far off, I'm not going to be working there very long. So you have to be pretty accurate at what you do. So I have to deal with that one. I did have another one. We kept playing phone tag back and forth while I was on vacation. And so finally I just thought, well, I'll just start texting her. And so once I texted her, it only took about 2 or 3 texts, and we got an appointment set up, I think, for Friday. So that one's going to be in East Sacramento, or I think East Sacramento. But it looks like she's got to take out of her garage so that we can put a pool in. So I don't know how this is going to work out, but it sounds like an old part of town, and there may be more issues than just taking out her garage, because sometimes garages go in there in an area that was allowed a long time ago, but now they're not allowed anymore. But I'll go and see what I see and give her an estimate on it. So anyway, it's good to be back. I had a great time on my vacation. I am going to talk a little bit about the whale watching that we did, and I'll put that on my California Dreamin' channel. But I wanted to let you guys know I'm on my way to this 1 o'clock appointment. It should be pretty quick handoff, go through a couple of issues, and then leave it with them. The permit's been submitted today, so we should get the permit within a couple of weeks, and we can be digging this thing, because they're all cash deal on a $168,000 pool. So that was a good one. Thanks for looking, and thanks for checking in, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.